Ghost kitchens, virtual kitchens, dark kitchens. Don't they just make you feel all warm and fuzzy? Welcome to part 2 of 2 on our series of ghost kitchens. Today we're going to be looking at the various business models that you can experiment with. How are it, folks? My name is Elesh P. This is Foodpackaging TV. You ready for part 2? Let's do this. So last episode, we went over the pros and cons of ghost kitchens, and today we're going to be discussing the 6 types of business models that you can experiment with, whether you're a startup or if you're a national chain. There is a model for everybody. So let's get started, shall we? So the first type is called the independent model or the non-exclusive model. Now, companies like ghost kitchens and cloud kitchens, they loan you a kitchen and they provide you a large facility for you to work out of. And in turn, you're free to partner with many delivery companies as you wish. So that's your advantage. You have more flexibility to work with various delivery apps and are open to a wider audience with one brand that you're focused on. And this is a very basic model, which is suitable for any startup concept that wants to test their menu items with minimal startup cost. Essentially, the way it works is that an order comes in, you cook it, and it gets delivered. But if you're a startup, here's a little tip. Not really knowing who your customers are, you kind of make food for yourself, but not really for your customer. So you don't really think about them or what they want. But choosing the right concept and researching the popular area around you and what really moves, try putting a twist on that, and it's probably going to benefit you because you already know that there's a demand for that. The second is the multi-brand model. This is when you have more than one brand that you're representing, and all of a sudden you have orders, you got to cook various items and it gets delivered. So this could mean the first order is a taco, the second is sushi, and the third order is a donut. This model allows you to test what works and what doesn't, especially for those who are ambitious. Check out what other companies that have started multiple brands and see how they did it. Or check out Rebel Foods. What these guys have done is pretty awesome. They've looked at the demographics, which restaurants are popular, and then looked at what they could do with their cloud kitchen and created a recipe for success. One area to be extremely careful in this model, well, actually with all the models, but particularly on this one, is to build and manage your food processes and systems. If you order ingredients but you don't fully utilize them in a properly managed time, then you'll have to throw them away, then you're going to run a loss. So always make sure you have efficiencies and utilize the ingredients appropriately to get the turnover, less spoilage, and more money in your pocket. Because everybody likes a lot of money, right? Everyone likes a lot of money. I like a lot of money. You like a lot of money? I like a lot of money. At number 3, we've got the MidGround model, which is the same as the independent model, whereas an order comes in, you cook it, but now you've got the choice of having it picked up or delivered. So make sure you inquire with your facility staff to see if they allow MidGround level for pickup for walk-in traffic. One thing to avoid is having too many items on your menu because the consumer just has paralysis of analysis. You've got too many choices and you end up choosing none of them. So stick with a maximum of maybe 10. That way you can manage your food service processes and systems, and also look for menu items that may overlap your ingredients in your system to work on higher margin products, because these delivery companies will take anywhere from 20 to 30%. At number 4, we've got the brand-owned model or the independent exclusive model. Say, for example, you decided to use Uber Eats' commercial kitchen property. Now, when you use their kitchens, you can only use Uber Eats for your delivery service provider. That means you get an order and only Uber Eats gets to deliver your orders. What that also means is that Uber Eats will give you extra presence on their app because they want you to succeed. But the disadvantage is that you're very exclusive in this kitchen and all the delivery rights are passed to Uber Eats. Now you have a very limited customer base. So you're actually missing on various other delivery apps that would otherwise be part of your distribution for you. The 5th model is the hub and spoke pod model for companies that want bigger reach. This is where you have a centralized kitchen that provides pre-made food, then that ships it out to individual cloud kitchens or pods around the city, in turn to service a greater audience. This is something for more advanced companies, as you would definitely require more capital up front to set up all the pods, the staff, the training, and the large amounts of ingredients that you'd have to buy and execute on this model. Once you have a system, then you can free yourself up, put a staff member to be there to manage the system, and you can go on to build another pod. The 6th model is the outsourcing or the dark kitchen model. Now, this would apply to popular brands who have centralized kitchens that can send out to various pods who have recipes down to a science, and everything is outsourced, meaning they would not have to have any involvement in the cooking or preparing of these meals. All they gotta do is provide the branded food packaging. But wait, there's more. There's a bonus model that's called the mobile cloud kitchen. So now here we're talking about these big giant food trucks that go around the neighborhood, something like Zoomies Cloud Kitchen, where they have the same concept of renting out their kitchen, but you're in closer proximity to your neighborhood, which adds convenience for you to get there to the kitchen and also shorter delivery times to your customers. But the disadvantage is that it's not super popular because you're not servicing a wide range of menu items since you're in a food truck. Space is limited, but the cost is also substantially lower than if you're a rent-a-full commercial kitchen, cloud kitchens, or ghost kitchens. Again, these are the 6 types of cloud kitchens, so at the end of the day, you can play out any of these options that suit your requirements and get started on your own craft or that recipe that brings you happiness that you want to share. So who is Cloud Kitchens for? Well, it's for people who are passionate about food, but don't have a huge budget or the expertise, or maybe you do, and you just want to experiment with a different menu item or just reach a larger audience. Whatever your reason, any of these options will definitely work for you. And say, for example, one day the delivery apps decides to cut you out. How are you going to acquire your own customers? Well, you can find out by giving an email and try to do an incentive program and get that data. But being able to control that data is crucial to your success, because if one day the third-party app says, I want $1,000 for the list, well, guess what? You're going to pay it. What's my suggestion? Custom branding. Do your takeout bags and brand your QR code. Give them an incentive, a free dessert, a discount, or what have you in your next order. Always remember, the food will disappear once it's eaten, but the packaging may sit in your recycling bin up to an entire week. And in that time, somebody's eye is going to look at your brand real good and may just want to scan and send in an order. Well, there you have it, folks. The deep dive done on ghost kitchens. Hope you found it of value. I'm Elesh P. Thank you for joining me. Next week, we're going to be looking at Saber's pulp products that are the perfect solution for your takeout requirements. You're not going to want to miss this. Please hit that subscribe button and that cute little bell icon, unless it's on this side, to get the latest. Now, peace out.